Hello, welcome to TechTest channel. This is for the Tech by Your Tech. In this video, we are going to discuss about various anticoagulants used in the sample collection. Anticoagulant is an agent that prevents the coagulation of blood. Various coagulation factors are needed in order for clotting to occur. Two of these factors are calcium, factor 4, and thrombin, factor 2. The mechanism of action of anticoagulants falls into two basic categories. One is calcium binders, a chemical mechanism that removes free or unbound calcium is removed from the blood or inactivated by binding called chelation. The bound form of calcium is unable to be used in the normal clotting process. Oxalates, citrates, and EDTA are chelating agents. Thrombin neutralizers. Heparin acts by forming co-complex with plasma and antithrombin 2 that inhibits the conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. First we'll see EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, is a chelating agent that forms a complex with calcium necessary for coagulation. It is used as the disodium, dipotassium or tripotassium salt. It is effective at a final concentration of 1 to 2 mg per ml of blood. Blood collection tubes are prepared through the addition of 0.1% solution of an EDTA salt followed by evaporation of water at room temperature. Advantages: it preserves the cell morphology. Disadvantages: EDTA inhibits alkaline phosphatase, creatinine kinase, and leucine aminopeptidase activity. Its chelation of calcium makes EDTA unsuitable for calcium and iron estimation. Potassium results in greater RBC shrinkage. Overfilling may yield small microclots that may decrease test results or cause damage to the instrumentation if the clot is aspirated into the machine. Next is heparin. Heparin is an acid mucopolysaccharide. It acts by complexing with antithrombin to prevent blood clotting. Heparin is found in basophils and mast cells granules. Heparin is used therapeutically as an in vivo anticoagulant. Preparation: 0.4 grams of prepared heparin is dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water. 0.25 ml of this solution is added to each of the series tubes and evaporated to dryness at 37 degrees centigrade. Advantages: it is a preferred anticoagulant for osmotic fragility test and used in early cell preparation. Heparin coated capillary tubes are used in microhematocrit tubes. Disadvantages: heparin gives blue background in Romanowsky stains and causes leukocyte and platelets clumping, make it unsuitable for hematology studies. Trisodium citrate. Trisodium citrate at a concentration of 3.2 to 3.8 grams per dl is a ratio of 1 part to 9 part of blood is used widely for coagulation studies because the effect is reversible easily by the addition of calcium. For ESR estimation, it is used as 2 part and 8 parts of blood. Citrate inhibits aminotransferase and alkaline phosphatase but stimulates acid phosphatase, and it also makes the dilution so that it cannot be used as an anticoagulant for chemistry work. Oxalates. The sodium, potassium, ammonium, and lithium salts of oxalic acid inhibits blood coagulation by forming rather insoluble complex with calcium ions. Potassium oxalate at a concentration of approximately 1 to 2 mg per ml of blood is used. Oxalate combined ammonium potassium oxalate does not cause shrinkage. The disadvantages: oxalate inhibits several enzymes including acid and alkaline phosphatase, amylase, and LDH, and may cause precipitation of calcium at the oxalate salt. Sodium iodoacetate at a concentration of 2 grams per liter. Sodium iodoacetate is an effective anti-glycolytic agent and substitute for sodium fluoride. It has no effect on urease and it can be used for blood glucose and urea estimations. Next is sodium fluoride. It's a weak anticoagulant but often is added as an antiglycolytic to preserve blood glucose. It inhibits the enzyme system involving the glycolysis together with another anticoagulant such as potassium oxalate. It is effective at a concentration of approximately 2 milligrams per ml of blood. Without an antiglycolytic agent, the blood glucose concentration decreases approximately 10 milligrams per dl per hour at 25 degrees centigrade. That's a room temperature. The rate of decrease is faster in newborns as the RBC metabolitic activities are high. Also in leukemia, the WBC metabolic activities are more. The high concentration and the inhibition of glycolytic cycle are likely to cause fluid shifts and change the concentration of some analytes. Fluoride is also a protein inhibitor of many serum enzymes and high concentration also affects urease. Anticoagulants as medicine. Anticoagulants are also used as medicines that help prevent blood clots. They are given to people at a high risk of getting clots to reduce their chances of developing serious conditions such as stroke and heart attacks. Anticoagulant therapy for atrial fibrillation, coronary artery disease, deep vein thrombosis, ischemic stroke, myocardial infarction, pulmonary embolism, and in heart failure. Separator gels. Nowadays we have vacutainers and we have separator gels which separates the cells and the plasma. Separator gels are used to separate serum from clotted whole blood or plasma from cells. Serum separator tubes are easy to use, minimize the processing time, higher serum levels, limit hazardous aerosolization, one centrifugation step, one sampling tube, and single labeling system. During centrifugation, thioisotrophic gel used in these tubes lodges between packed cell and top serum layer. Serum or plasma specific gravity ranges from 1.026 to 1.031 g per cubic centimeter, and the clot specific gravity ranges from 1.092 to 1.095 g per cubic centimeter. The separator gel's specific gravity should ideally within 1.03 to 1.09 g per cubic centimeter. If the serum or plasma specific gravity is elevated due to hyperproteinemia or radio contrast dyes, the serum may not float above the gel. The position of the gel after centrifugation is influenced by many tube characters such as specific gravity, yield stress, viscosity, density, tube material, temperature, centrifugation, speed, storage, and patient's factors such as heparin therapy, low hematocrit, elevated plasma protein, and some of the other factors. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like. Write your comments.